So we're gonna be using these two devices. I'm just gonna give you my thoughts afterward on what I think of them, which one's better, which one's worse. I like both of them to begin with, but maybe you guys will get a little bit something out of this, see what you're looking for, kind of just figure out exactly what it is that fits your needs. So thanks for tuning in, and here we go. All right, so right off the bat, we're gonna crack the back here. Drop it right into the lower bollard and then the upper bollard. Does it really matter? And then the attachment point is very simple on this one, much simpler than the Rope Burner Pro. The Rope Burner Pro has like a fixed eye that you attach to. This one has an eye that has a spring, and it's just very simple to throw on. Whenever you lean back, it pulls off, so that's very useful. It might happen unintentionally sometimes, but for the most part, very useful. All right. All right, so with this one, the Akimbo, the settings that I have it on right now, you can feel the friction in there, whereas the Rope Burner Pro, you don't feel any friction at all. Uh-oh. All right, so just now I almost got into a really bad predicament with the Akimbo. One thing you always want to do is weight the Akimbo. Make sure that it's engaged. There's no springs in it, and you see it falls right there. It just fell. So you gotta be very careful with the Akimbo. That's probably one of the reasons that I don't like using it. It's for expert use, and if you're willing to put in the time, this could be a great device for you. All right, y'all, so that's it for this one. We're gonna move on to the Rope Burner Pro, and we're gonna see how that one ascends, and we'll give a few afterthoughts right at the end of the video. So stay tuned. So when I'm attaching this thing, I just take the end of my line. The other end is spliced, so I couldn't do that with that one. So you'd have to just throw it on traditionally by removing all the slick pins and attaching the rope to the Rope Runner Pro that way. But if one of your ends is not spliced, this is a great way to attach it. As with the Rope Runner, you could not feed this through the bollards and get this attached to your rope, and it goes on real easy. And next, just gonna throw it on there. I like to use a nice low profile carabiner, that way I can keep my system nice and short, because the Rope Runner Pro by itself has a pretty long profile. But you'll see as I start going up, ascending with it, it reduces its shape by a lot, like all the way down here. So like 2 or 3 inches. All right, so before I forget, just gonna throw a stopper nut in here. Fisherman's, okay. Throw the foot ascender on there, sand in it. Let's go. All right, so with this device, if you sit back on it, it's not going to disengage your chest harness. So that could be a downside, but it's also not bad. There has been moments though where I wish it did disconnect, like the Akimbo. Whenever you lean back, it pulls off. But unlike the Akimbo, as you're going up, you don't feel any friction in the hitch itself. It feels pretty stable. I mean, you couldn't really, I can't complain about this one. It's so smooth, super smooth. All right, and so there it is, automatically. It automatically bites the rope. So unlike the Akimbo that sometimes will disengage the bollards, you have to make sure that those things are engaged before you start working again. Absolutely, you have to. And so now we can get to work. Another thing I like about this is when I'm manually pulling it up the rope, unlike the Akimbo, it's super smooth to just tend it by hand. All right, so very quickly, just want to show you the self-tending. So without a chest ascender, say you're in a situation where you'd find this somehow, you know, acceptable, and so you do it, right? And that's what it's like. Just a simple push up, no friction, don't feel like anything is against you, and very simple, you can move your device up the rope and advance the tree, whatever it is you're doing. So that's with my weight on the bottom of the rope, and then I can just push up on it very easily. So the rope is taut, nice and tight. I can just easily push up on the device and it grips immediately. I just want to show you guys what it's like to manually tend slack or advance your hitch with the Akimbo. So advancing your hitch with the Akimbo, also with a foot ascender, so making the line taut, nice and tight right there. See, so we're gonna tighten up, we're gonna try to pull it. So it's pretty nice, but one thing you always got to watch is when you set it, keep your hand on it so that the rope grabs the bollard. If not, you'll get one of these. So sit into it while still holding on to the Akimbo. That's one of the downsides. So comparatively, it does tend slack pretty well. But once you start adding like vectors in here and start advancing like this with any hitch, it's going to be difficult to advance it by hand, even with a chest harness attached. The Akimbo, it might actually give you a lot of extra friction just because of its design. So it's one of those things that make this more favorable to climb on. However, the Akimbo is still nice. I'm not bashing the Akimbo at all. So here we go. Another So I'm just gonna continue ascending here, and I'll shortly be right back with some afterthoughts on the Akimbo and Rope Runner Pro. So yeah, my last thoughts on these two devices is the Rope Runner Pro certainly has its advantages over the Akimbo. The Akimbo does have a significantly smaller profile, much smaller. This thing extended like that, the Akimbo extended like that, has the profile of the Rope Runner when the Rope Runners collapse, say when you're ascending, right? So that makes it a very good spar work tool. Can head down the spar with an Akimbo, and it's very reliable, so you can enjoy it that way, or you can just climb on it. It's like one of those sketchy devices, man. Like, when it says expert use only, it's really expert use only. Don't take that with a grain of salt is what I'm getting at. The Rope Runner Pro is definitely much more beginner friendly. So if you're looking into getting a Rope Runner Pro and you're a beginner in SRT, maybe you should try the rope wrench first and then the Rope Runner, but it's up to you. Just got to watch those free fall scenarios, protect yourself against them, have that kind of a foresight, look ahead. Yeah, man, tree climbing is like a game of chess. So which one's the winner? Rope Runner Pro versus the Akimbo? I don't know. Maybe one of y'all can shed some light into these devices. Drop a like, comment, let me know which one's your favorite, which one you would prefer. Will you still use the Akimbo if you're a Rope Runner Pro user, or vice versa? Will you still use the Rope Runner if you're an avid Akimbo junkie? So anyway, till next time, y'all, thank you so much for visiting the channel and for all your support. So until then, I bid you all well. Stay safe, climb high, keep that tie-in point as high as you can. It's always better that way. Peace.